Everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into the exciting world of taxi fares and data science. We'll be exploring a real world dataset, uncovering pattern, and even building a machine learning model to predict fares. Buckle up because we are about to go on a data driven adventure. First of all, let's import the necessary libraries. So I'll type import pandas spd import numpy snp import matplotlib.pyplot splt. Let's load the data set that contains information about taxi rides including trip duration, distance traveled, number of passengers, etc. So for that I'll type pd.readcsv and I'll pass the file train.csv. I'm gonna assign a variable dataset. Let's print few rows of the dataset. For that, I'll type dataset.head and I'll pass 2 for 2 rows. So here you can see there are 2 rows and we have these many columns. These columns are trip duration, distance traveled, number of passengers, fare, tip, miscellaneous fees, total fare, search applied. Either you can use dataset head or tail, or you can just simply use dataset dot sample, which will give the sample of the dataset. Let's say n equal to 5, and it will pick some random sample from this dataset. Now we are going to check missing values. Why? Because missing data can cause problems, so we'll identify and handle any missing values before proceeding. To check the missing value, we'll type dataset dot is na dot sum. It will return other than 0 if there is any missing value, otherwise it will return 0. Here if you see, all the values are 0, hence there is no missing value in this dataset. There is no null value inside our dataset. We will proceed further and we will extract features from our dataset. We'll say dataset dot ilog dataset dot columns not equal to total fare. So total fares, we are selecting all the columns and we will assign a variable, let's say x. Again we will take this feature, and that is total fare from dataset, and will assign to a new variable, let's say y. Let's check the shape of the xy. X dot shape, it is this many rows and there are 7 columns. After comma there is no value, it means there is only one column. Let's plot these on the graph. To do so, I'll use plt.scatter for scatter plot and will pass the parameter x dot trip duration and will pass y. If you see, this is plotting a nice graph. Now we are going to label it. So we'll say plt dot x label. And here we'll pass trip duration and we'll say plt dot y label, and here we'll pass taxi fare. Let's hit enter. Here you see we have taxi fare versus trip duration. So from this graph you can see that when the taxi fare is low and the trip duration is less, then people traveled more. That's all for today. We will meet in the next session where we will use linear regression model to train our model and predict the future fare for the duration.